Hello, everyone, and welcome to Never Miss a Monday. I am your host, Stacey Garcia, and happy March, friends. It is Monday, March 2nd. It is a very special day in my world because it is my mama's birthday today. And we had an amazing celebration over the weekend for her. We got to see our dear friend Roy Firestone perform in a one-man show, which was just so unbelievably exciting. And I could celebrate my mama all day long. And I'm hoping that come May, the month of Mother's Day, that we will hopefully bring her onto the show so she can share her journey and her story with everyone. But we just moved through the month of February, the month of self love. And if you were able to come to mine and Elise's first Rooted and Rising morning, thank you so much. It was such an amazing day honoring our bodies, our mind, our spirit. And I just was on a high from that event for so long. It was just a beautiful, moving morning. And the whole month was really beautiful. It was my son's ninth birthday as well, Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, just so much love in the air. And now we are entering into a new month, into March, a month that feels like a deep inhale. March feels like the moment you finally open the windows after a very long winter. And I know for some of us, depending on where we are in the world, our winters could have been pretty gnarly and long. Us in Southern California, we had a lot of rain, but not too much really cold weather. It was a nice winter, but I always look forward to when the weather starts warming up and we get outside and everything is in bloom. This month invites movement. It invites growth. It invites new beginnings and it invites forward energy. So, this is the month that we really start moving again. There's a big energetic shift from winter and spring, and we are right now in the month of Pisces, which is very exciting. Winter energy is very inward. We're really taking a look inside and thinking about the new year and what we want to bring in. And we reflect a lot. And spring energy is outward. Spring energy is like, what am I ready to do? Where winter energy is more asking you, who am I becoming? So March is this beautiful bridge month. It can be messy at times. It can also be incredibly hopeful, and it is full of possibility, just like life's transitions. And we talked a lot about how to flourish and thrive during life's transitions a few weeks ago. And we're really going to feel this transitional period moving from the winter months into the spring months and the momentum, as we've talked about in the lunar calendar, we have moved from the year of the snake into the year of the fire horse. So things are really starting to pick up. And what I want to cover today is momentum of the month, but momentum without burnout, what healthy momentum looks like. So, after a season of reflection that we just had, action can feel incredibly scary. It can feel vulnerable. It can feel like, oh my God, all this change happening around me is so incredibly uncomfortable because now we have to be seen. We were kind of hiding and hibernating, if you will. And now our spring momentum requires courage, requires consistency, and requires a lot of self trust. So let's talk about momentum, what it is not. Momentum is not hustle. Not to say hustle, there's anything wrong with it, but momentum doesn't have anything to do with hustle, burnout, overworking, or an overnight change. All of a sudden you wake up and you're like, I've changed. No, momentum is small daily actions. It is repeated self-trust, gentle consistency, and showing up imperfectly. Momentum is built in ordinary ways. There isn't a magic wand that all of a sudden propels you forward. This has everything to do with your small habits, daily actions. This is something that I talked about with my Monday Momentum community this past week was, as we're exiting right now the month of self-love and entering this month of momentum, it is so important to build trust within ourselves. And how do we build that trust? It's in our daily habits. It's in consistency, making sure that we're really consistent with what is really important to us. If you've been, waiting to exercise and that's been on your New Year's resolution list and nothing's happening, why is that? Have you scheduled it? Is it part of your daily routine? I mean, there's downfalls with having our phones with us at all times, but a beauty is that we have a calendar that is accessible to us that can keep us on track throughout the day. And so why not utilize that and why don't you schedule exercise, meditation, going for a walk with a friend, just like you would for a business meeting? It's just as important, if not more important. And so we want to make sure that this month that we're really taking the change. We're really dialing into what's most important to us, and that is by taking these small actionable steps every single day. So, while we're going through all these big steps and this change, your nervous system can feel unsafe. And if your nervous system is out of whack, you will sabotage your momentum. Why, do you ask? Well, because growth feels really unfamiliar, right? So it is up to us to think about when we feel most aligned, when we feel like our nervous system is safe. And for me personally, that is getting outside in nature. If I'm having a stressful moment, I make sure that I get outside. And if I don't have time for a walk in the neighborhood or a hike, I will take off my shoes and I will ground down into the grass and into the earth and kind of recharge. Like that's so important to me. So it's taking some time to really reflect and think about when your nervous system feels most regulated. I mean, I'm so blessed to be gifted to have Reiki in my life. I give myself self Reiki treatments every single day. Every day. That is part of regulating my nervous system. I breathe intentionally every single day. Now, once you are starting to build this habit, it's good to take some kind of physical cue. For instance, every time you get in and out of the car, you take some intentional breaths. Every time you walk through a door, you take some intentional breaths. Maybe before responding to someone, instead of being reactive, you take some intentional breaths. So just think about in your own life, when do you feel the most regulated? And we want to try to do that throughout our days as much as possible. Okay. Because the fear of success, the fear of change, the fear of being seen, the fear of failing publicly, like all of this, these are legitimate fears. And in order to have this momentum, we must feel really safe in our bodies, in our systems, and trust ourselves. Our nervous system, when we wake up in the morning, it is searching for fear. It is searching to throw us off. I don't think many people naturally wake up without doing this internal work every single morning and have all of this joy in their hearts. And they're like, let's go. No, we have to train ourselves, especially as we grow. And as we have lots of life experiences, to be incredibly in tune. That's why I wake up every single morning with gratitude in my heart. And I learned this from Kathy Heller. The first thing I say to myself when my alarm goes off and my eyes open is, I am someone, some of the one. I am a masterpiece. I am a piece of the master, and I cannot wait to see what beauty unfolds for me today. After I say that to myself, I name 3 gratitudes, 3 things I'm incredibly grateful for, and then I get out of bed. It takes all but a minute to do all of that in the morning. And then, of course, I come, I look outside, I watch the sunrise. Right now it's rising earlier, so like right when I get up, the sun is coming up. I enjoy watching the sunrise, and then I go into my meditation. And again, that just takes another 5 minutes. And I have those moments to myself before the hustle of the day. The kids are awake, I'm making breakfast, I'm getting out of the house early to get to school. Like there's so much going on, and if we don't take time right at the beginning, the most magical part of the day, the morning time, then what do you expect? We need to do this, especially the busier that we are. If we have more time, then journaling, sipping some tea while reading, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Just making sure that you take time for yourself, and it does not have to be too much. We're talking about 5 minutes here. We can all set our alarms 5 minutes earlier, that's for sure. So, as we move into this month, the energy is incredibly forgiving. It says start messy, just start. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to put one foot in front of the other. Start scared. The unknown is scary. It's okay to feel that. And start small. You don't have to go run a marathon if you've never run a 5K or a half. Like start off small. Start these actionable steps small and start one at a time. And once you nail one, add another. This is called habit stacking, and then add another. Slow and steady wins the race. But you have to start. You have to start. Nature is not rushing, it's unfolding. And we don't need to rush either. We just need to start. So there are 3 pillars of momentum. The first one is self-trust and really keeping promises to yourself. So from the month of self-love and how we honored ourselves and our boundaries and everything that comes with it, that definitely helps build the self-trust, as do these actionable steps. And start thinking about how you feel after you complete those steps. Not many of us love to exercise, but if we schedule it and we do it, I can tell you how amazing you probably feel afterwards. So getting used to the feeling is going to help you keep these promises to yourself. The second one is consistency, making sure that you stay consistent to your schedule. It's so incredibly important. Small, repeated actions every single day. Number 3 is direction, clarity over perfection. Momentum does not need speed. It needs repetition. So making sure that you hit your goals every single day. Momentum doesn't need speed. It needs repetition. Now, what I would love for you to do is think about one small habit to commit to this month. Next, one goal to focus on. And the third is one thing to release. Keep it simple, because the more complex you make it, that will kill the momentum. Keep things super simple. And instead of asking yourself, what if I fail? Ask yourself, what if this actually works? Instead of thinking, I need momentum, no, think I need consistency. March is not about pressure. It's about permission. It's about permission to move forward, to be seen, to try again, and to build momentum. This month, we move gently, consistently, and with trust. I am so excited to share the beautiful souls that I have coming on this month of March on the Never Miss a Monday podcast. They are going to bring the momentum. I can't wait to share them all with you. I will see everyone next week. Until then, have a beautiful day and an excellent week and a phenomenal month. Take care.